Alright, so this is what the piece of coral looks like that I have. I found this out in the southern Nevada desert about 3 weeks ago or so. But it is a piece of coral. Just going to show you the rough look of it. You see all the tubular structure of it? And it comes up on this end. You can see it all right here. Like I said, there's no breaks, no chips. I didn't want to break it or chip it or cut it just yet. I just wanted to go ahead and put it on this polisher, grind it down, and see what it looks like. I'm really curious to see just how cool this thing looks. It's good size. It's about the size of a baseball, about 1.5 inch thick, probably closer to 1.5 inch thick. But let's go ahead and grind away on this, see what it looks like. I'll bring you back at the end of step 1, 50 grit. We'll view it, and then after that I'll go ahead and do the next 6 grits, which will be 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, and then 3000. After I do all those, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back and show you what the final project looked like. And just if you're curious what polished coral looks like from millions of years ago, I'm gonna show you. And for the first time doing it myself, I'll see what this type of coral looks like polished with you. So we'll be back. Thank you for viewing. Alright, we are a little over halfway done with this. I just wanted to bring you in and show you, just so you know. I think the finished product just from step 1 was going to be such a difference that it's almost like, no way, that's not the same object. But check this out. So far, this is you can see the pattern, the lines in it from the original like tubular structure. Focus. Alright. And then I'll turn it over to the side that's not quite finished yet. And you can see that it's still the same object. You know, same object. Fossilized coral from southern Nevada desert, and we're using a rock polisher. So far this is about 3/4 of the way through with grit number 1. I'll go ahead and finish it up, then show you what it looks like, and then I'll do the other 6 steps and get it all highly polished, and then show you what it looks like, the final project. Let's get on with it. Awesome. This is looking really good so far. Cool. The end of step number 1 with this piece of fossilized coral. This is what it looks like. Completely surfaced over with grit number 1, which is 50 grit, diamond disc number 1. Completely went over the entire thing. Got a nice smooth surface. I broke it down more than I was hoping to, but I wanted to get all the surface cracks out. You can see there's still a couple there in the top, but I mean, I don't think they're going to come completely out unless I go really deep. But this is looking really cool so far. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off with the next 6 steps and get it highly polished and bring it back and show you what it looks like. So far, that's what the southern Nevada desert fossilized coral is looking like. Beautiful piece. Alright, let's come back here shortly with the rest final results. Alright, that is the end. That's the end of step 4, the 400 grit. So far I have done 50 grit, 100 grit, 200 grit, and the 400 grit. I have left 3 more steps to do. The 800 grit, which I like to consider the final real surface grinder as far as removing the fine micro scratches. Excuse me. The last 2 steps, 1500 and 3000. I like to look at those more of the high polishing steps. So those 2 steps I really like to take my time on, because those are the 2 steps that are going to give it the high gloss shine that gives it this wet look. And so far, this is what the piece of coral is looking like. I mean, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's got all kinds of different colors in it. No real deep reds or anything like that, but definitely got a lot going on design-wise. All kinds of crazy patterns. I can't wait till it has that deep gloss shine. It's gonna give it I'm hoping a 3-dimensional kind of look. Is why I'm rounding it up, and I'm just staying with the natural shape that it had. I'm not doing no crazy shape out of it. I'm not using my wet saw to cut it and design it. I'm just polishing the shape that it already was, that nature gave me. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out the next 3 steps. We'll bring you back at the end. So that'll give us the step 1 beginning step, step 4 the midway, and then I'll bring you back to the end to show you the final product. Alright, thank you. Alright, that is it. That is 7 diamond polishing pads on a piece of coral that I found out in the desert. So that is completed all 7 steps. This is what it's looking like after all the steps. So it's wet right now. Let me go ahead and make room. Get a nice dry towel over here. So let's get everything dry and see what our piece of coral that's fossilized looks like. Right, here we go. The finished product after 7 steps of diamond polishing a piece of coral from the southern Nevada desert. And you can see the lines in it. Let's see if I can get the focus on that. It almost has like that gray camo pattern, but each little tiny dot you see is the end of one of the coral pieces. And I'll show you, let me get this to focus, and I'll show you something here in a second. So I'll show you what I mean. Here I have an example, a rough piece. Alright, same type of coral that I just polished here. But you see the structure of it, the lines, the tubular structure. And there's the top of it. You can see like on the top of all the tubular structures. And then this piece is actually broken off, so you could see the inside in a way. You know, it's a cool piece of coral. And I found several pieces of this. It's rare for me to find it. I mean, I rarely find this stuff, but when I do, it's usually a good piece like this where you can clearly make out what it is. And from what I have found, this is from the prehistoric times, about 250 million years ago. And this has gone extinct. It no longer exists. So what I have in my hands here is to me pretty special. And then what I did was I had another piece that I had found a couple weeks ago. I went ahead, and what you saw on these last several steps was me polishing it out with a diamond grit pad polisher. Normally these are used for countertops, for let's say granite, marble, and then they have these polishing pads. They come in a set of 7 from rough to smooth to get a real fine, deep polish on them, and you can see it completely works. It's got that real shiny, wet look to it. And the last thing for me to do, I'll do off camera, is I'm just going to take some polish to it and buff it out, and that'll really get it to stand out, that last little bit. But that's what she looks like completed. That's what she looks like before. That is awesome. Look at that. I mean, we take something super cool like petrified coral, fossilized coral, whatever you want to refer to it as. Proper terminology is probably fossilized coral, but look what we can turn it into. Completely awesome, beautiful. Guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate your time. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to continue making these awesome videos. I'm going to go ahead and cut next. Let me show you what my next project is going to be here when I clean up. I have here what I found. I call it my love stone or my heart stone. I'm going to polish this out. I'm going to give it more detail, make it rounded up a little bit. I'm going to see if I can bring this out to a deep, vibrant, polished shine, and see if I can get it to be a little more translucent than it is. When I look at it through a loupe, it looks like it's made of crystals that's been smoothed out from the riverbed and whatnot. But thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe. If you are subscribed, I'll keep pumping these out so you can enjoy them. Thank you very much. Bye.